Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the visa process in getting a J-1 visa. And if you don't know what a J-1 visa is, it's basically an exchange visitor visa for the United States. I've had one last year and now I'm applying again because I'm going to Disney. And it's very exciting, but it is a lengthy, time-consuming, a little bit expensive process, and I feel like for someone who has done it before and is now doing it a second time, I was and still am a bit confused about the whole process. So I thought this video would be really insightful into how to go about applying for the visa, the fees you need to pay for, the different forms there are, because there are a lot of scams out there in terms of visa documents. It's important that you go on the right link and you aren't sharing bank details with just random, websites that claim to be part of the United States Embassy and visa requirements. So I've got on my phone the steps that I took, and I might insert the links at the bottom of the video so everyone can follow along, but if I'm looking down, that's why. So first, with your visa process, you get a form called the DS 2019 that has all your details that your either university, school, or program is giving you. So for last year when I did my semester abroad at SDSU, they filled it out and it said like San Diego State University, and then it had like the officer in charge with all their contact details, and it sort of just is a form outlining that, like, where you're going to be, the address, the person to contact in regards to me, and just the details of the length of stay. So you need to make sure once you receive your DS 2019, whether it's from a university, from Disney, wherever, that all your details are correct, that there's no spelling errors and everything is 100% correct, because that's really important in terms of when you go into the embassy. If the form isn't accurate, they won't process your visa. Okay, so after you make sure your DS 2019 is all correct and everything, we then go on to pay the SEVIS fee, also known as the I-901 fee or 901 fee, and that stands for the Student and Exchange Visitor Information System. So it's just kind of like a registration form document type thing that has like your citizenship, your nationality, your name, everything that's like essential is put in that form, and basically it just activates you into the system, and you do have to pay a fee for that. So for last year, for when I did my semester abroad, I paid 220 USD for that visa. And for this time, because my category on my DS 2019 said summer/work and not like studying as a student at a university, I can't remember the exact category name, I only paid 35 USD for this time. So once you pay that fee, is like your first step kind of done. Your DS 2019 is provided for you. You don't have to do anything really with that, but then you have to apply for your SEVIS and pay your fee. And then after that, once you have completed that and paid that, then you go on to complete your DS 160. There's a lot of DSs, but I promise it's less confusing than it seems. You do your DS 2019, then you do your SEVIS, then you do your DS 160. For me personally, this online visa application takes a long time. I wouldn't start it at night. Like, I would start it during the day, like in the morning, because it takes about an hour and a half to do, if I'm being completely honest, because you want to make sure it's correct, accurate, and at nighttime you often can just, like, I don't know, make mistakes and you just get tired. Like, I started mine, I think at like 7 p.m. and I didn't finish till the next day. So I like saved the progress and then finished it the next day, because yeah, my photo was like not uploading or something and it took a little bit longer. So I would recommend starting it like in the day, or doing what I did and just like saving your progress and then continuing it later on, because it is a lot to do in just like one day. But the DS-160 is basically your visa application, and I'm going to put the link down below. And when you're applying for this, make sure you select non-immigrant visa application, because if you're from Melbourne, Sydney, somewhere in Australia, you're applying as a non-immigrant. And then you choose your visa location. So I believe there's a US embassy in Melbourne, Sydney, Perth. I'm pretty sure there's only 3, but don't quote me on that. And basically you have to complete the form. It's a lot of questions about like where you work, previous education, if you're studying now, what your category is for your visa, which will be on your DS 2019 if you don't know what it is. You need like, what else? Just questions about like security and homeland. Like there was kind of a few random questions, not gonna lie, that I didn't remember from last time. It was like, are you a part of a tribe or a clan? And I'm like, no, I'm not. And then there was questions about like your parents, do you have any family in the US? It's just a lot of like security questions and sort of things that you would expect a visa application to have. Nothing too out of the ordinary, just make sure your dates for your visa are accurate and all your information is accurate. Obviously, you don't want to put inaccurate information into your visa application. And it is, like I said, a long process, but that's probably the main chunk of it. And once you do that part, you're on like the home stretch. So once you've done the DS-160, also make sure you take photos as you go, or print off your documents, because you don't want to forget any of this information and you need to bring it all to your visa appointment. So I was just like taking photos on my phone just in case it like, I don't know, logged me out and I'm like, oh, I don't remember what my like code was or something, because sometimes the websites can crash as well. So once you're done your DS-160 form is then when you get to book in for your visa appointment. You do have to pay for that. That's another fee, and I'm trying to remember how much I paid. I think I wrote it down. I paid $296 Australian for that visa appointment. And so basically, I think you do pay before you select your date and time. So I paid that, and then I had a look at the times, and I was not gonna lie, I was freaking out because I'm leaving in January and there was nothing available in October, November, December, and there was only one on the 8th of January, and I was like, I'm stressed. I mean, I know some people get their passport back within like 1 week or like 4 days, but that was really pushing it for me, and I do plan to be away in January. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna have to book that date. It was like the earliest one and the only one available. So I booked it on the 8th of January, and then I submitted like an emergency request, because for J-1 visas, we're allowed to submit an emergency request, especially if our program is starting, we need to be there. So I submitted one of those the same day, and within 10 minutes of submitting like my emergency request, they replied and they said, no, that is denied. And I was like, oh my God, I am literally freaking out, because they denied my emergency request, so it was going to be on the 8th. And then they wrote at the bottom of the email that they've made more appointments in December. So I was like, the answer is kind of yes. You are kind of saying like you can have an emergency request by just changing your appointment date. So then I logged back on so quickly and just rescheduled my appointment till December 10th or 9th, whatever the Tuesday is. I think it's the 9th. So I booked that in and rescheduled it. So I am very happy that that is booked in, and I don't have to worry about it in January. It'll be sorted and done. But that is pretty much where I'm at for the visa process at the moment. I still have to obviously go into the embassy and get my visa approved and everything, but it's kind of booked in, which is the exciting part. Make sure when you do go into the embassy, you are bringing a passport-like photo of you. I think they have dimensions on the website, so definitely check that out. You do have to bring your DS 2019 form, the original, the one that is signed, and print that out. I would print like 2 copies, honestly. I like to print like 3s of everything just in case. Then you need your DS 160 confirmation, print that out as well. Your SEVIS payment receipt, your actual, obviously, passport, and that's pretty much it. You can bring your visa appointment confirmation, just because you're not really allowed to take your phone in. They kind of, when you go through like the security part, they kind of hold on to that. So I would definitely print out more things than less, and you kind of want to show that you do have an appointment booked with them, because they do get booked up and you'd hate to not be seen if you didn't have the appointment confirmation printed out. I didn't need it last time, but I am going to still bring it this time, just because you never know, things can change. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting my visa and starting the packing process. It's all happening. I'm literally leaving so soon, but I'm so excited for this next chapter, and I can't wait to bring you guys along for the Disney journey. But if you'd like to follow along, feel free to subscribe and comment any questions or any videos you want to see below. I'd love to help you guys out as much as I can and just share this journey. Also like to preface that I am no expert in the visa application. I am just someone who's done it before, and I don't know if this is helpful at all. I just wanted to share my experience and provide some like links and everything, so it's easier for you to access both the links and sort of know the step-by-step process a little bit more. I could go into more detail, but I just didn't want it to be like a super lengthy video, and I feel like most of it is pretty self-explanatory, but I kind of just wanted to say the rough outline of the steps I took to get to booking your visa appointment, because for me the first time was really, really stressful in that I didn't know where to go, I didn't know the links, I didn't want to click on a scam website, I didn't know where to click for certain things. So I might put some photos up throughout the video of where to what it looks like and everything, so you're on the right page. But I hope this is helpful in some way, in any way. I just really wanted to give my insight into my experience and process. But yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to share today in today's video. But if you have any more questions, any ideas, you can comment below. Feel free to subscribe and like this video to support my channel. And if you'd like to follow along the journey, I'd love to have you.